I am the self-help hacker. I'm warning you right now. This is going to be challenging to hear. This, by default, is going to earn some thumbs down. Most of my videos earn a couple thumbs up and no dislikes. This one is gonna earn some thumbs down. Like, what's one of the first ones that was really unpopular? Oh, the one where I said, no one actually cares about your opinion. See, people under the age of 35 get offended by that. Like, no, what I think about Donald Trump or abortion or immigration or Lady Gaga does matter. People care, and I can change the world through my opinion. After age 35, you realize, well, that was a waste of time, because all that was my opinion, and no one actually cares, because as many people believe the thing I believe, there's enough people to believe the opposite. And there's just as many people in the middle who just don't have an opinion about the thing anyway. It's all meaningless. No one cares about your opinion. It's not going to change the world. But we want to believe that. So anyway, that video got a lot of thumbs down. Because again, mainly people who haven't lived enough life experience, who need my life cheat codes the most, they can't accept that. So here's another one that's, I'd say, equal to it. Here it is right here on this page. Reading it word. It says, needing to be apologized to is a weakness. Needing to be apologized to is a weakness. Man, that hits somewhere in the heart, right? That's painful. But see, what I have mentioned before, if you live your life needing to forgive someone and you don't, here's what you're doing. You got your old school vial of poison, right? That little potion thing, okay? And you think, I would never forgive that person for what they did for me. To really show them, I'm gonna drink this poison and hope that they suffer. Oh, I feel even worse. I really want them to suffer. Oh no. That's what people do when they choose not to forgive a person, because forgiveness is always a choice. You forgive the person. It doesn't matter if they want to be forgiven. It doesn't matter if they have any sense of regret for what they did. A lot of the times they don't even know what they did, and they have no idea that it hurt you or offended you the way it did. And what? So let's say you confront them and you say, you owe me an apology. And probably there's a good chance for what? And maybe they could even say something like this. Well, if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. And then, okay, so then what do you say? Well, yeah, because you hurt me. And the person's already apologized, so they are sorry. Okay, so you've been carrying this around for days, weeks, months, and that's it? So really their apology didn't do anything. It was just a matter of you making a choice, whether they apologize or not, to just let it go. It was always your decision. Now granted, absolutely, it's important that you restore and build and continue relationships with people. That's important. You don't want to have a person like, oh, that person, I don't want to see that one. But you want to keep your relationships with people, even if they're not strong relationships, you want to maintain them. But a lot of times when we get offended, it's because we allow it. So using that same logic, it's a matter of, it's still our power, our responsibility to forgive that person. So going back to the title of this video, then it is a weakness if you need to be apologized to. It is. So let's do the opposite of that, because it's less offensive. The opposite of that is, it is a strong element of your character and your emotional intelligence and maturity when you realize what they did wasn't necessarily cool, but I'm not letting it bother me because I get to control my own emotions. And my identity is not based on that person. Maybe that person doesn't think that I'm a really cool person. I accept that because my own identity, who I am, is not based off of what other people think of me. It's about who I actually am and being in control of my own emotions and knowing that ultimately, whether they meant to do it or not, it's a reflection of them. We cannot assume that other people are at the same place in life as us. Sometimes people are more immature than us, and they say things or do things that seem hurtful. But that's where they are in life. So if they halfway apologize, are we good? But imagine on a daily basis, you could be in a situation where it's almost like you're just holding your breath waiting for someone to apologize. What if you just don't need an apology to begin with? You just think, you know what, that's their life right now. And I've shared this story before. I think I need to share it again. Because again, I'm assuming I've offended a lot of people just by this title of the video and talking about it. And I assume by default, there's gonna be people who need me to apologize to them. And those are the people giving thumbs down. And it's okay. A couple months ago, I've already shared this before. I need to bring it up again. It's a bizarre story, but it illustrates this. I was driving out of my neighborhood, 4-way stop, 4 stop signs. I'm driving my Jeep. I'm slowing it down for the stop sign. I'm very carefully looking all directions when I see a lady in a red convertible going at least 35, if not 40 or more, straight towards that intersection where it's a 4-way stop signs. I'm slowing down, and right as I'm stopping, but it's not enough that she's going 35, 40 miles an hour in this neighborhood at a 4-way stop. It's not enough that she's running it, but then also she's honking the horn with this hand, and then she saw me, the only other car at the intersection, and she flips me off. Now that story makes no sense, but it's a true story. What is this story ultimately about? It's about that lady and what she was going through. I'll never know what she was going through. She was obviously having a very bad day. And yeah, she could have easily killed anyone that wasn't paying attention. There could have been kids playing in the street on their scooter. Had I not been really paying attention, I could have been in an accident with her. What she did was foolish, selfish, careless. It's all these things. But in that moment, did my blood pressure go up? Did I get angry? Did I honk my horn? Did I flip her off? Did I drive away thinking, man, I hope she has a bad day because what she did wasn't... No, I didn't think that. I drove away thinking, I'm sorry that lady's going through whatever she's going through. It has nothing to do with me, and I hope she gets it sorted out. What I hope for her is that things get better, not that things get worse. I don't wish bad things upon her. And I think a lot of the mentality with, they owe me an apology, is ultimately a refusal to recognize that other people are having a worse day than you. You don't know what they're going home to. You don't know what they're driving away from. Has nothing to do with you. Even if they honk their horn and flip you off and curse you out. Even if it's nothing to do with me. I know that. So yeah, I definitely believe that the need to be apologized to is a weakness. Because imagine the opposite. Imagine not needing to be apologized to. And it's funny because I will even tell you, people generally don't apologize to me. Not that I need it. But there were 2 different instances in this past week where people apologized to me. Like they just kind of dropped the ball on something. They were supposed to do something they didn't. And I was kind of depending on them. But because I'm not a victim, I'm instead victorious mindset, I just took care of it myself. And a couple of days later, they're like, hey, I'm really sorry about that. I'm like, no problem. I got you taken care of. I already did the thing. Don't you worry about it. So imagine having the power of when someone does forgive you. You weren't needing it. You weren't expecting it. Instead, you let them off the hook. And what does that do for your credibility? It actually makes you pretty cool. Because not only were you not needing that apology, you didn't need to forgive them to begin with, but you actually did them a favor by, hey, I took care of it. We're good. Don't you worry about it. I'm looking out for you. Wow. You went from, imagine that. I need an apology versus We're good. No worries at all. I am the self-help hacker. Your comments belong right here.